Hey guys, it's my geography channel. So this video is going to be about Ethiopia. Woohoo! Okay, now let's start. So Ethiopia is one of the biggest countries in the Horn of Africa and in East Africa. Tanzania comes in second. But anyway, Ethiopia is one of the biggest landlocked countries in the world. Ethiopia borders the countries of Eritrea and Djibouti to the north, Somalia to the east, Kenya to the south, South Sudan and Sudan to the west. The capital and largest city of Ethiopia is Addis Ababa, and Addis Ababa is located in the Oromia region. Ethiopia is a diverse country speaking over 85 languages and several tribes. The biggest region in Ethiopia is also the Oromia region because it touches several regions. Now let's start with the regions of Ethiopia. Okay, so we're going to go up north. This is the Tigray region, which borders Eritrea to the north and Sudan to the west. The Afar region touches Eritrea to the north and Djibouti to the east. The Somali region, which is not part of Somalia, part of Ethiopia. The Somali region obviously borders Somalia, and it also borders Kenya. The Oromia region touches Kenya and South Sudan. The Southern Nations and Nationalities and Peoples regions touches Kenya and South Sudan. The Gambela region touches South Sudan. The Benue-Shamus-Gamus region touches Sudan and South Sudan. The Amhara region touches Sudan, and the Harari region is landlocked, and Darwa region is landlocked. Now let's get the capital of these cities. The capital of Tigray is Mekelle. The capital of Afar region is Samira. The capital of Somali region is Jijjiga. The capital of Oromia region is Addis Ababa. The capital of Southern Nations and Nationalities and Peoples regions is Hawassa. The capital of Gambela region is obviously Gambela. The capital of Benue-Shamus-Gumus is Asosa. The capital of Amhara region is Bahidar, and actually Bahidar is right located on Lake Tana. Lake Tana is the biggest lake in Ethiopia, and Bahidar is also has connections with the Blue Nile River. The Blue Nile River also goes into Lake Tana, like we talk about in the Nile River. And I think that's all the regions. Yeah, the capital of Harari region is Harar. The capital of Darwa region is Darwa. And let's make sure that's all of them. Yeah, that's all. Ethiopia actually has rivers with some countries. We'll start up in the south. Here we have the river called the Dawa River, or the Red River too. The Dawa River is the river separating Ethiopia and Kenya, and it also goes into Somalia as well. And this is the river, is called the Red River Dawa River and Red River. It separates Somalia, Ethiopia, and Kenya. This small city in Kenya is called Mandera County, and there's a city in Kenya called Mandera, and its border is Ethiopia to the north and Somalia to the east. And it also has connections with the Dawa River. See, this is the border with Kenya and Ethiopia. And this river is separating Ethiopia and Kenya. And then over here, there should be another one. Oh yeah, Lake Turkana. Lake Turkana is a lake mostly in Kenya, but it also goes into Ethiopia as well too. Not much of it, but some of it. Most of the lake is in Kenya. It's in the Turkana County because they have Turkana Lake. And anyway, the largest lake in Ethiopia is Lake Tana, located in the Amhara region, and Bahidar sits right on Lake Tana, and so many other towns and villages too. And the Blue Nile River is also here. We can get a view of the Blue Nile River from not a mountain, but a little hill. And then we can also see Bahidar and the Blue Nile. Okay. As you can see, Bahidar is right there. It's a little, even though it's small, it's a nice city. It would be kind of nice to live there. And right over here is the Blue Nile River. I know it doesn't really look that big because it's in Ethiopia, and when the Blue Nile is in Ethiopia, it doesn't look that big. But trust me, the Nile River is a big, longer river. If you think it's not long, most of the Nile is in Egypt, and most of the Nile is in Egypt and Sudan. Most of it's in Sudan, though. But if you think this is small, you should see the Nile in Sudan because it's very big. So yeah, you see the Blue Nile. It's pretty small because in Ethiopia, the Nile gets smaller and smaller and smaller. But anyway, we're going to go to Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa is located in the Oromia region. It's also landlocked too. Addis Ababa is an interesting city because most people think Africa is just deserts, even though that's true. There is deserts in Africa and savannas, but there's also beautiful cities too. So don't think Africa is just a big desert with nothing on it. There's big cities. In Addis Ababa, there is skyscrapers too. There's a lot to do in Addis Ababa. The biggest tribe in Ethiopia is Amhara, but the biggest tribes are Amhara, Tigray, and Somali. The languages they speak, the official languages Ethiopia speaks the official language is Amharic, Tigrinya, Somali, and what else? I always forget the languages, but the languages they speak is Amharic is their official language. They speak Somali. Arabic is the foreign language. They also speak Tigrinya in Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa is where you find the most Amharic, but in other cities you can find Somali-speaking people. Like in Jijiga, you find Somali-speaking people. In Dohbar, you can find Somali-speaking people. You can find a lot of Somali people in the Somali region. Even though Somalia claims that the Somali region is part of Somalia, it's not part of Somalia. Somalia doesn't own the Somali region. The Somali region is owned by Ethiopia. That's it. But I don't think Somalia needs to own the Somali region because look at their country. Their country is already beautiful. And fun fact about Somalia, really quick, did you guys know that the country is shaped like the number 7? See? But we're talking about Ethiopia right here. And like what I was talking about in the Eritrea River, this is a river separating Eritrea and Ethiopia called the Merab River. It separates Eritrea and Ethiopia. It's the one river. And then over here is called, not the Dawa River, I forgot. Yeah, Senate. This is the Senate River, also separating Eritrea and Ethiopia. Even Sudan, too. The river also connects to Sudan too. Anyway, you can never forget Aksum. Aksum is a city in northern, and it's also a city for Muslims. It's a holy city, so it's for Muslims and Christians. Sometimes it's even called the Kingdom of Aksum. And then there's Lalibela, where you can find the Lalibela Church. If you ever stop by Ethiopia, go visit Lalibela. And if you're gonna visit Lalibela, go visit the Lalibela Church. But anyway, that's it for Ethiopia. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and the next video is gonna be about Sudan. Okay, bye.